This winter storm just doubled in strength. 50 million Americans now in danger.
Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia residents.
Additional snow chances continue through the middle of next week. Ohio Valley and Northeast remain in the active storm track. Friday and Saturday bring a more significant storm to the Gulf Coast. Heavy rainfall and severe weather threaten the Southeast this weekend. But Sunday and Monday present an interesting weather development. High pressure builds blocking major winter storms temporarily. However, the Pacific Northwest faces an atmospheric river event. This energy will likely cross the Rockies by mid-December. Winter storm chances increase again around December 15th. Some regions might indeed experience a white Christmas this year. Ice thickness is now reaching 0.2 of an inch in some areas. Don't miss the next important safety information coming up. Travel conditions will deteriorate rapidly after 6 p.m. tonight. Emergency services recommend avoiding all non-essential trips. Salt truck efficiency drops dramatically in these ice conditions. Even treated roads become slippery when ice accumulates quickly. Four-wheel drive provides no advantage on ice-covered surfaces. Emergency rooms prepare for increased slip and fall injuries. Elderly residents face particular risks from icy walkways. Rock salt supplies are running low in several affected states. Hardware stores report 400% increase in ice melt sales today. Power companies are pre-positioning crews from 8 neighboring states. School districts across 8 states are monitoring conditions hourly. Many will make closure decisions by 10 p.m. tonight. Airlines have already canceled 1,200 flights for tomorrow. Airport de-icing operations face major challenges with ice accumulation. Amtrak services may experience significant delays through Thursday. Freight transportation corridors face multi-day disruptions. Fresh food deliveries to grocery stores will be delayed. Stock up on essential items before conditions worsen tonight. Don't miss this critical safety information everyone needs to know. Power outage risks increase exponentially with ice accumulation. This storm is intensifying faster than any model predicted. 1/4 inch of ice can bring down power lines. Utility companies expect scattered outages across 5 states. Backup generators must be positioned 20 feet from windows. Carbon monoxide poisoning increases during winter storm events. Never use camping stoves or grills for indoor heating. Check on elderly neighbors before conditions become dangerous. Hypothermia risks rise dramatically during power outages. Layered clothing provides better insulation than single heavy coats. Keep emergency supplies accessible for at least 72 hours. Water, non-perishable food, flashlights, and battery-powered radios. Snow accumulation forecasts have increased 100% in the last 12 hours. Cell phone towers may lose power during extended ice storms. Download offline maps before losing internet connectivity. But there's something else developing that changes next week's outlook. Computer models show another storm system forming by Saturday. This one originates from the Gulf of Mexico with different characteristics. Warmer air conflicts with existing cold surface temperatures. This setup creates potential for significant mixed precipitation. Areas that see all snow tonight might face ice this weekend. The reverse scenario is also possible in some regions. Weather pattern persistence suggests ongoing winter weather threats. Areas expecting 3 to 7 inches now face 6 to 12 inches. December 2024 may become one of the most active winter months. Climate patterns favor continued storm development through Christmas. Don't miss what's coming next. This affects holiday travel plans. Economic impacts from this storm extend beyond immediate damage. Agricultural regions face crop damage from ice accumulation. Livestock requires additional shelter and heating in these conditions. Supply chain disruptions affect retail operations during peak season. Online shopping deliveries face significant delays this week. Insurance companies prepare for increased claims from ice damage. Road salt prices surge 200% during severe winter weather events. Cities like Erie, Albany, Worcester, completely unprepared for this increase. Municipal budgets strain under increased snow removal costs. Emergency services operate at maximum capacity during ice storms. Hospital emergency departments see 300% increase in weather-related injuries. Heating fuel consumption spikes during extended cold periods. Natural gas demand could strain distribution systems this week. Propane deliveries become difficult on ice-covered rural roads. Here's information that could save your life tonight. Ice formation happens faster on bridges and overpasses. These structures freeze 30 minutes before surrounding road surfaces. Reduce speed by 50% when encountering any winter precipitation. The moisture content in this system shocked meteorologists nationwide. Sudden braking or acceleration causes vehicles to lose control. Keep emergency kits in vehicles, including blankets and water. Fully charged cell phones essential for emergency communications. Inform family members of travel routes and expected arrival times. Stay with vehicles if stranded rather than walking for help. Run engines briefly every hour to maintain heat and battery charge. Clear exhaust pipes regularly to prevent carbon monoxide buildup. Don't miss this next critical update about regional impacts. Manufacturing facilities across the Midwest may halt operations. Worker safety becomes priority when ice accumulates on parking lots. But there's something else they're not telling you about tonight. Auto plants in Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan monitor conditions closely. Steel mills reduce production during severe weather events. Energy grid operators implement rolling blackouts if demand surges. Coal transportation faces delays on ice-covered rail lines. Natural gas pipeline monitoring increases during temperature extremes. Agricultural commodity prices react to weather-related supply disruptions. Corn and soybean transportation halts on impassable rural roads. Dairy operations require emergency power for milking equipment. Poultry farms face heating challenges that affect egg production. Construction projects shut down when ice creates unsafe conditions. The critical information is coming at the 3-minute, 20-second mark. Outdoor workers face increased injury risks from slippery surfaces. But here's what weather models reveal about the next 10 days. Arctic air masses continue flowing south through December 15th. This pattern favors additional winter storm development. Great Lakes region faces persistent lake effect snow threats. Mountain regions could accumulate 2 to 4 feet of snow. Ski resorts celebrate early season conditions across the Northeast. Winter recreation areas report 200% increase in advance bookings. However, recreational vehicle travel becomes extremely dangerous. State parks may close access roads during severe ice conditions. Emergency crews report 847 accidents in just 6 hours. Freezing rain is now covering 300% more territory than forecast. Don't miss this final piece of critical information. Climate change paradoxically increases severe winter weather frequency. Polar vortex disruptions create more extreme cold air outbreaks. Scientists document increasing winter precipitation variability. Infrastructure investments lag behind changing weather patterns. Road treatment capabilities struggle with rapid ice accumulation. Power grid resilience faces tests from increasing storm intensity. Emergency response systems require upgrades for climate adaptation. Building codes may need revision for increased ice load requirements. Insurance actuaries recalculate risk models for winter weather damage. Even light ice glazing creates treacherous driving conditions. Municipal preparedness varies dramatically between communities. Some cities invest heavily in winter weather equipment and training. Others remain vulnerable to relatively minor winter weather events. Personal preparedness becomes increasingly important for safety. Community resilience depends on individual household readiness. Neighborhood networks help elderly and disabled residents during storms. Social media coordination improves emergency communication effectiveness. Weather awareness apps provide real-time alerts for changing conditions. Tomorrow will reveal the exact track of weekend storm number 2. This system brings completely different but equally dangerous conditions. Emergency services report they cannot respond to all accident calls. Plus, exclusive analysis of why this December is so unusually active. Are we seeing a permanent shift in North American weather patterns? Evidence suggests this winter could rewrite meteorological records. Data that will change how you think about seasonal weather. Also tomorrow, complete white Christmas probability maps for 2024. Which cities face the highest likelihood of snow on December 25th? Historical analysis reveals surprising patterns in holiday weather. Stay safe tonight. Avoid all non-essential travel after 6 p.m. Check on neighbors and prepare for potential power outages. This storm system will test community preparedness across 8 states. Kansas City alone has recorded 89 weather-related accidents today. Emergency updates continue through tomorrow morning as conditions develop. We'll track this storm's progress and its impacts in real time. The next 18 hours will determine the full scope of this weather event. Your safety depends on staying informed and making smart decisions tonight. Temperature trends suggest conditions will worsen before improving. Ice accumulation continues through Thursday morning in most areas. Snow totals may exceed current forecast if storm tracks shift north. Weather models update every 6 hours with increasingly precise data. We'll provide updates as significant changes develop overnight. Emergency services recommend completing all preparations by 8 p.m. tonight. And that's from snow accumulation, not even the ice component. After that time, travel conditions become increasingly hazardous. Store managers report increased sales of emergency supplies today. Flashlight and battery inventory depleted in many affected areas. Heating fuel deliveries may be delayed if roads become impassable. Prescription medication refills should be completed before evening. Medical appointments may be canceled if conditions continue worsening. School superintendents coordinate closure decisions across district networks. Bus routes face particular challenges on rural, ice-covered roads. Remote learning plans activate if physical attendance becomes unsafe. Internet connectivity may be affected by power outages. The Ozark region is experiencing the worst ice conditions in 15 years. Cellular networks implement emergency protocols during severe weather. Text messages often work when voice calls cannot connect. Battery conservation becomes critical during extended outages. Portable chargers and power banks essential for emergency communication. Weather radio broadcasts continue even when other services fail. NOAA Weather Radio provides continuous updates during severe events. Hand crank radios work without electrical power or batteries. Emergency broadcast systems activate during life-threatening conditions. Civil defense sirens may sound if widespread evacuations become necessary. Warming centers open in communities with extended power outages. Road salt becomes ineffective when temperatures drop this rapidly. Red Cross volunteers prepare shelters for displaced residents. Transportation to warming centers may be provided by emergency services. Pet-friendly shelters accommodate families with animals. Livestock owners must ensure adequate shelter and water access. Frozen water systems affect both human and animal populations. Recovery operations begin as soon as conditions permit safe travel. Road clearing priorities focus on emergency routes and hospitals. Secondary roads may remain impassable for several days. Tree removal crews work around the clock after ice storms. Power restoration follows systematic priorities based on critical needs. But the real surprise is happening in New England right now. Stay with us tomorrow for complete storm aftermath analysis and recovery updates. Winter storm warnings upgraded to cover 2.3 million more residents. New York and central New England could see 14 inches in 36 hours. But here's what weather models missed about tonight's conditions. This breaks snowfall records dating back to 1978. What changed in the last 24 hours to make this so much worse?
The jet stream buckled 400 miles further south than normal.
This created an atmospheric river effect nobody predicted. Cold Canadian air is now flowing like water into the United States. Temperature differentials of 45 degrees are driving extreme precipitation. Don't miss what's coming next. This affects your travel plans tonight. Right now, moderate snow stretches from Kansas City to Indianapolis. St. Louis is experiencing the heaviest snowfall rates at 2 inches per hour. Northern Arkansas and southern Missouri report widespread ice accumulation. The ice accumulation zone has shifted 200 miles south unexpectedly. Untreated roads become skating rinks within 30 minutes of ice formation. By 5 p.m. tonight, the snowfield will double in size. Northern Ohio to central Missouri will be completely covered. Freezing rain expands into the Mississippi River Valley. Memphis area faces its first significant ice threat this winter. By 8 p.m., snow will stretch from Missouri to western New York. That's an 800-mile corridor of active winter weather. Ice accumulation up to 1/10 inch possible in multiple states. This is enough ice to snap power lines and down tree branches. Overnight conditions will become truly dangerous across 5 states. Stay with us for critical evacuation information at the 30-second mark. Heavy snow rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour expected. Kentucky and southern Ohio will see the most intense snowfall. Dark blue signatures on radar indicate extreme precipitation rates. Nashville might experience its first freezing rain in 3 years. Even areas south of the main track face black ice dangers. By sunrise tomorrow, snow reaches the Appalachian Mountains. Northeast residents wake up to a completely transformed landscape. But here's the information I promised at 3 minutes 20 seconds. Lake effect snow bands are setting up across western Michigan. These could produce 18 inches of snow in less than 24 hours. Right now, buses are sliding off highways in eastern Missouri. Some areas near the Great Lakes might see 2 feet of accumulation. This is separate from the main storm system we're tracking. Ohio Valley and Northeast forecasts increased dramatically overnight. National Weather Service now predicts 6 to 12 inches widespread. Central and eastern New York through northeast Pennsylvania affected. Central New England, including Concord and Manchester, New Hampshire. Southern Vermont, western Massachusetts near Worcester included. Southern Maine could see its biggest December snowfall since 2019. Some areas near Keene, New Hampshire might approach 15 inches. Nashua could easily accumulate 10 to 12 inches when this ends. School districts are making emergency closure decisions as we speak. Albany, New York is looking at 8 inches of heavy, wet snow. Portland, Maine faces 8 to 9 inches with strong coastal winds. Boston might avoid snow entirely, seeing mostly rain instead. Southern New England stays dry for snow but wet from rainfall. Northern Ohio expects 4 to 5 inches plus lake effect additions. Why are these numbers so much higher than yesterday's forecast? Computer models failed to capture the storm's true moisture content. Atlantic Ocean temperatures are 3 degrees warmer than normal. This feeds additional moisture into the developing storm system. Don't miss what's coming next. This changes everything for tomorrow. Why did forecasters underestimate this storm so dramatically? Ice accumulation is becoming the story's most dangerous element. Southern Missouri and Arkansas already report widespread problems. Multiple buses have slid off highways in the last 4 hours. Dozens of accidents reported, with more developing every hour. Ice glazing to 1/10 inch expected across 6 states. Little Rock, Arkansas to western Kentucky near Mayfield affected. Southern Illinois and southern Indiana joined the ice danger zone. Even areas outside the pink zones should prepare for ice. Temperatures drop so rapidly that any precipitation refreezes instantly. Western Tennessee and far southern Kentucky face black ice conditions. If you live in these counties, listen carefully to this update. Here's the critical promise I made at the 5-minute mark. Appalachian Mountains will see the most significant ice accumulation. This won't be a full ice storm, but enough to cause power outages. 100th to 1/10 inch accumulation across the region. Northeastern Arkansas through the Appalachian Mountains affected. Washington, D.C. and southeastern Pennsylvania may see freezing drizzle. Untreated roads become extremely dangerous for morning commuters. Tree limbs weighted with ice could fall across power lines. Utility companies are positioning crews strategically tonight. But this storm is just the beginning of an active weather pattern.